The beginning of 2020 brought Grace Potter, Bell Systems, Lucy Wainwright Roach, Iron and Wine and Calexico, Palaver Strings, Samuel James, Against Me. By March 12th, everything had changed. It's now November, 8 months after the first COVID-19 case was reported in Maine, and local venues remain shuttered and dark. Back in March when venues closed, it seemed like it was only a weekend of lost revenue. But that has turned into an entire year and more of lost income. While COVID cases rise and restrictions remain in place, our venues have no safe way in which to reopen. Over 1,000 of our events have been lost, along with 90% of our revenue. Our industry is based around the idea of bringing people together for shared communal artistic experiences. And our industry is in real trouble. Our closures affect musicians, agents, promoters, managers, thousands of employees and fans in ways that are profound and direct. Though at the center of it all, our independent venues have been affected in ways that are almost incalculable. The goal of the Maine Music Alliance is to keep our venues sustainable, our musicians creating, and our communities connected. Our hope is for people to better appreciate the essential role our venues play in helping define the culture as it exists in Portland today, and to better understand the severity of the current crisis they face. Allied venues not only improve the quality of life for Portland's rich and diverse communities, but collectively provide hundreds of jobs, attract thousands of visitors to the city each month, and provide millions of dollars in revenues, charitable donations, and taxes. All of this is at risk. We need your help more than ever. Imagine a Portland without live music. Please help the Maine Music Alliance save Maine stages.
Will bloom little flaws that mimic the stars, and the belief that ours could exist some light years away, some light years apart is enough to make me feel faint that this world brought me to you now and it didn't wait. 'Cause it's all cause I just wanted to say that for all of our efforts this year in trying to keep each other safe and wearing a mask and distancing, our ultimate prize after all this should be to be able to go congregate together in our local music venues in Portland. And we won't be able to do that unless we support these venues in this incredibly difficult time. So if you can, please donate to Maine Music Alliance. Visit mainmusicalliance.org to see how you can get involved, because you and I both know that our independent venues and our opportunity to get together and experience live music is completely crucial to our human experience. I know you know how important this is, so please donate today. Thank you.
Hi, this is John Stirratt of Wilco, and I'd like to express my support for the Maine Music Alliance, who are looking out for small venues in Portland and all across Maine. The survival of the small venue is crucial to the overall music industry. Let's protect them. Thank you.
Hey, this is Adam from the band Guster. What Maine Music Alliance is doing right now is so important, so thanks to them for all the work they're doing. And thanks to all of you who can give right now to this important cause. I can't imagine what the scene would be like here without music venues. I've been here for 15 years and have seen how music has grown in Portland, from just the venues, the reopening of the State Theater and all the other venues that have popped up, like Port City Music Hall and Portland House of Music and Space Gallery, and all these incredible places where the local music scene can develop, and also where national artists and tours can come through and play. Thompson's Point. It's just changed the whole vibe of this town for the better, and we need to make sure it's still around. It's just an important, it's the heartbeat of Portland and of this area. So please, if you can donate now and help keep these venues alive and going until we can all be back out there and playing music and enjoying music. I'm going to play a little song from my bedroom now that I feel is appropriate for these times. And again, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you donate to this really important cause. Thanks.
Enter a scene that defies description. You say to open your mind, take it all inside, one click at a time. We move through fictions and send our sisters to the sacrifice of cruel conviction. Sinister systems keep us satisfied. These are hard times. I'm breathing in the oxygen. I'm holding it through hard times. I'm breathing out in the ultrasound. Things come around in hard times. 10,000 miles of the new prescriptions. So we open our mouths and take them all inside, one pill at a time. The purest fictions. We send our sisters to the sacrifice with cruel conviction. Sinister systems keep us satisfied. These are hard times. I'm breathing in the oxygen. I'm holding it through hard times. I'm breathing out in the ultrasound. Things come around in hard times. We send our sisters The oxygen, I'm holding it through hard times. I'm breathing out in the ultrasound. Things come around in hard times. I'm breathing in the oxygen. I'm holding it through hard times. I'm breathing out in the ultrasound. Things come around in hard times. I'm breathing in the oxygen. I'm holding it in hard times.
You're not able to make any money right now, right?
Correct. Well, we're doing live streams, but it's very minimal. It's not covering bills. The one thing I love about Blue in particular is just experiencing something different on any given night, and you don't know what you're going to walk into. And I love giving that to people. Blue brings, first of all, jazz, which the music scene didn't have a lot of, and we were happy to bring even more of it into Portland. But just the variety and the intimacy of the room, the darkness, people feel comfortable coming in, whether they're alone or on a date or in a larger party, and they feel like they can really listen to the music but be in a lounge atmosphere. If we had to close, I do feel that Portland would be missing a room in which people can try out new things, where people who are looking to see live music can try something new as well. It's a great room for sessions to happen, like jazz and Irish night, and just really feel the community of music.
From a caterpillar when you find out she's a highway killer. Yeah. That's my Rosie. She is coming home right. One time. Sometimes a knife, sometimes it's a gun that'll end your life. It don't matter if your shadow screams, 'cause your nightmare's a beautiful dream. They'll find you face down in the mud, but she's so cute when she's covered in blood. That's my Rosie. She's coming home right. Rosie's coming home. Finally, she's been gone too long. Rosie, she's coming home. Couple of drifters, couple of cops, couple of owners of a couple of shops. There's too many to list them all, but they'll turn up by the end of the fall. Shots from afar, and she never missed them. So close with a knife, she could have kissed them. Notches on her belt is how she lists them, and when she gets home, it's out of her system. But whatever the case, sweet on her, she's sweet on me. That's my Rosie, she's right.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out this musical presentation, and I just want to say really quickly how much we appreciate all the donations that have come into the Maine Music Alliance so far. We're doing a great job collectively to keep our venues afloat, and let's keep it going. Let's keep it going into the fall, into the winter, which is going to be arguably the toughest time for any local business here in Portland, especially relying on people visiting and going out and gathering together. Music venues have it the toughest, and will have it the toughest maybe the longest out of all the businesses here. It's easy maybe when you go to a show to take it for granted. I walk in and I watch the show and I leave, and if everything goes well, you don't really consider the venue all that much. You're enjoying the experience of the moment, and it's fun. And it's easy to forget that these businesses are run by our neighbors. They're run by people you see at the grocery store. They're small business owners, and they need help right now. It's a weird time for this business. So let's do what we can to sustain them through the winter. I would love to be able to see you inside all the same venues that were there before COVID-19 started. We've already lost a couple important ones. Let's not lose any more. Donate at the link, which I'm assuming they'll put below. Thank you so much for anything you can give. On with the show.
It ain't fine to see you going so soon. It ain't fine to see you moving to the moon, leaving us awake to contemplate another day without a way to bounce it off you now. I just keep it to myself. When you told me you were dying, said there must be something we can do. I couldn't see the message you were leaving me until your fight was through. Giving is the strongest thing that you could ever do. I can see you passing Chico on your way to Frisco Lake. Got your sights on something further up the road a little ways. Just set your name. Just set your
I think events, State Theater, GENO'S, Port City, they keep this area afloat. A lot of restaurants came to this area for that opportunity, and currently we don't have any of that, and it hurts a lot. In particular, State Theater right here, we depend on those concerts, sometimes 3 to 4 times a week on the good seasons, and in the winter, the 1 or 2 times in the week that we get those shows are what keeps the door open. You know, you don't know what you have until it's gone, and it's been more than a struggle. I want to see people be safe. I want to do this the right way. I think, you know, we need to listen to science. Don't try to rush in, and hopefully we can turn this thing around and get what we want back safely. Live music and events are at a standstill. There's no profitable or safe way to do them right now, and all these venues and safe spots for people to do what they like, they need help, you know what I mean? They need it to get through this winter, or we're not going to have them next spring. Without venues, Portland isn't a town. We're very dependent on that. The venues built the restaurants, and the restaurants expanded to the point where we're also a destination now for restaurants, but those events make people's weeks. You know, we depend on them. We need them.
Hey, I'm Amy Allen, and I'm a born and raised Mainer. Got my start in playing music at the age of like 13 with the Jerks of Grass, and playing at venues like One Longfellow Square and Port City and Gritty's and Bolfini's, and eventually the State Theater, and so many beautiful culture-filled venues that really helped inform my idea of Maine as a community. And even when I went away to college and left Maine, I was still coming home because of the live music scene and getting to see my friends at these shows. And I just think it's such a beautiful thing that the Maine Music Alliance is doing to support these venues during this really trying time. And I think when the world comes out on the other side of all of this, going to live shows is just going to be what everybody needs to feel connected and human again. So please, if you can, help support the Maine Music Alliance, and I hope to see you guys all at a live show in Maine really soon. Talk to you then.
Goliaths, we were the meek when they were the giants, tripping on the underdog. Undefeatable. We were the pagan, they were the pious. We were the weak when they were the tyrants. We were undefeatable. Yeah, we were like a bomb.
like a bonfire. Think we're kinda catching on. I think we're kinda catching when I thought you were invincible. You were burning at the speed of light, undefeatable. Yeah, when I thought I was invincible. Yeah, I was burning at the speed of sound, undefeatable. And we were like a bonfire. I was the lighter, you were the kerosene. We were like a bonfire. Think we're kinda catching on. I think we're kinda catching on.
Without GENO'S, a lot of bands in this area and a lot of, honestly, just kids don't have a start-off point to have the experience of live performances. The way that Portland has gone in the last 10 years, we have such a thriving music community, but the owners have such a high obligation regarding rent and overhead. They can't really take the risks that a place like GENO'S can take because the landlord owns the building and provides us with a low enough overhead where we can have kids come in with their 15 friends and play a show and it won't break our bank. And there's not, Sun Tiki is the only other venue that's even close to that, and Sun Tiki isn't the size of this venue, so you're losing a major piece of the chain of developing the music scene in this city.
It also gives the city a flavor that I don't think anywhere else does, and I think for me it's it's really important.
How long has GENO'S been a club without federal assistance?
37 years.
37 years of endless work. The party never stops.
That's right.
Even when the bar's closed, there's always something to fix, or clean, or upgrade.
I think that if this location closed, what you're losing is a huge amount of visibility for musicians that are still clinging to the DIY roots that this city has had in the last 40 years.
For me, I feel like it provides a safe space for people who may be considered a little different from the mainstream, and it provides an ecosystem for them to thrive and hopefully progress and show the world how amazing they are.
Hi, my name is Devin, and I'm a member of the Ballroom Thieves. But more importantly, I'm a member of the rich and diverse music community here in Portland, Maine. My bandmates and I haven't always been in Maine. We've traveled all over the country, though, and been so drawn to the connection in this city between artists, fans, small businesses, restaurants, music venues, breweries, distilleries, etc. And at the heart of that is the music venues. The independent music venues thrive and survive on bringing people together, which in a year like this is obviously next to impossible. The sad thing is that they don't only exist to benefit the artist or to benefit the fan or to benefit themselves. They're an integral part of the economic ecosystem in our city. People go out for food before a show, go out for drinks after. People come up from Boston and Portsmouth to spend a whole weekend based around a show at Thompson's Point. Spend money at our small businesses, support our local artists, our local breweries, restaurants, everything. So without music venues, I think the light at the end of our tunnel, when all this is done, is not so bright. So please do what you can to help support the message from Maine Music Alliance, raising awareness and funds to make sure that these venues are taken care of in any way that we can. We'll get through this, but I sure as hell want to know that we're going to be all meeting up at our concerts and making memories together again. So We'll see you out there. Thank you.
Sober with sleeplessness, or drunk upon the mist I kiss. Do I dare to simmer while the water boils over? Bursting at the seams, these stubborn dreams befall their feeble sea legs, like trying to take it easy on an ancient roller coaster. It's begging me to wait. I just don't have the patience. Some tangible escape. No clock can bear allegiance. Older than these walls, a house of poems keeps us locked and loaded. Courage cringes bitter and it comes out in a whisper. But I am breathing air, you're breathing out. Your mouth is always quicker. I'll come to watch my hours burning faster than the liquor. It slips right through my fingers. It slips right through my fingers. Now it's begging me to wait. I just don't have the patience. Some tangible escape. No clock can bear allegiance. What do I find? Time doesn't really care about me.
We have been open now for 13 years as of Wednesday, November 11th, and until the pandemic, I'd never ever had to take out any kind of loan or apply for a grant. Since we've been closed, we have had to rely on donations from the community, and a lot of our DJs and entertainment have been hosting live streams to support us. So people have been graciously donating via our website. I also did a bottle drive. I went for an entire month and a half all the way from Augusta down to Lyman and York County, picking up bottles every day, and collected $2,500 worth of bottles and cans, and graciously Mima matched my bottle drive and also gave us a $2,500 grant. I think without FLASK has always been a very welcoming place and has welcomed everyone and anyone in the community, and we tried to provide a very safe and friendly environment for all of Portland and everyone visiting Portland, and also like the neighborhood. So I think without FLASK it would be, I can't imagine Portland without a FLASK. I think it would be devastating, not just for the people that, you know, come here for the entertainment, but also for the people that are entertaining. And there's really no venue like FLASK in Portland. And as far as music and the entertainment industry, there aren't a lot of places for artists to play, especially local artists and smaller artists. This is kind of a stepping stone for bigger stages. So I think it would be a devastating loss without FLASK, and not just because I'm the owner.
Okay, St. Lawrence Arts has been open since 2001, which is roughly about 20 years. And we've been busy since we opened, just full of, art and music and you name it, dance. And I don't know, it just holds this incredibly unique space in this town. And space oftentimes is something that people, when you talk to them about it, sorry for playing with my mask.
That's okay.
When you talk to people about space, in this town, performance space, they think that there's loads of it. And there isn't. There's actually, we need more space. And so to have all of these incredible performing spaces shut down is just like miserable. If the St. Lawrence were to succumb to this COVID-19 and not reopen after it's over, there are dozens, more than dozens and dozens of theater companies, dance troupes, musicians that will not have this a nice, easy space to use. When music and art leaves, that's not necessarily what it gets replaced with. So that's a danger. And the other thing is that we're also trying to rebuild the other side to a 400 intimate space. And again, it would be a real drag if this entire block from Munjoy to Beckett were just another condo project. I got nothing wrong with condo projects, but this is a beautiful little art center. Let's keep it.
Hi everybody, this is Luke here from the Mallett Brothers Band. We could not be prouder to be helping to support Maine Music Alliance, which is a group right here in Maine that's working to ensure that a lot of these small independent venues that me and the band and all the musicians that we know have come to call home. MaineMusicAlliance.org. Feel free to donate. Feel free to share links. There's a lot of places doing, streaming shows right now. If you can support those, it's wonderful. But we just need to make sure that we remember that these independent venues need to survive. For music as a lifestyle to survive, these places need to make it. We've submitted a new song, unreleased. It's called Living on Rock and Roll. I started writing it down at the very beginning of quarantine back in March, and we don't think that it could be any more fitting to what we're all talking about here today. So enjoy it, Living on Rock and Roll. Check out MaineMusicAlliance.org. Please donate if possible. And we will see you all from some stage somewhere very soon.
Living on rock and roll.
Reason
bartender, we're a pretty good team. We're living on rock and roll. I couldn't get a lot of things, did a lot better pay. Got 16 strings and a big team play. Got a damn good time, so the hell with the money. I'm living on rock and roll. Living on rock and roll. Living on rock and roll.
What's up, guys? It's Spose. I'm coming to you live from the legendary State Theater in Portland, Maine. Normally there'd be bands playing behind me, the crowd would be going crazy, but this year it looks like this. There's nobody sitting here because of COVID. The sound guy's not here because of COVID. The light guy's not here. The bartenders aren't here. There's a lot of people affected by this, not just musicians and fans. If you ever want to see a show here again, wear a mask, man. It's not that hard.
What you've been going through, you have got to save yourself, cause you won't get nobody's help.
Oh mama, scripted like a soap opera, this is no shocker. Go harder, go farther, or be broke father. Be a phone with no charger out in Hell's Harbor. Cause what I saw when I looked in the bottle, just a middle finger to my sorrows. No one cares, run and hide. If you're scared, fuck your life. They don't don't miss you, they forget you. Here's a tissue for your issues. They don't get you what you live through. In fact, they set it up to bring you down. Here's the deal, there's only one ally you can turn to in the end. Only one person lasting after all of your friends. When all the flies flee, when it hurts, when it bleeds, there's only one cure for the disease. So
you better help yourself, cause no one's going to. No one gives a fuck what you've been going through. You have got to save yourself, cause you won't get nobody's help. You better help yourself, cause no one's going to. No one gives a fuck what you've been going through. You have got to save yourself, cause you won't get nobody's help.
You better get, life is a bitch, you better go. Cause only the fittest, cannibalistic, capitalistic, assume the position.
Nobody else
gives a fuck about you.
Nobody else
do anything but doubt you.
Nobody else
move along or prove them wrong. They're fronting on you and they don't got your back to the matter at hand. They want you to fuck up, that's all part of the plan. Humiliate and break you, profit when they break you. There is only one thing that can save you.
Self out! You better help yourself, cause no one's going to.
Self out!
No one gives a fuck what you've been going through. You have got to save yourself, cause you won't get nobody's help.
Self out!
You better help yourself, cause no one's going to.
Self out!
No one gives a fuck what you've been going through. You have got to save yourself, cause you won't get nobody's help.
Self out! Now cause no one's going to. Self out!
No one gives a fuck what you've been going through. You have got to save yourself, cause you won't get nobody's help. You won't get nobody's help.
Hello there, my name is Zach Jones, and I am thrilled to be here today on behalf of the Maine Music Alliance, because we need to make sure that independent music venues in the state of Maine are still there for us when we get back on the other side of this thing. I have spent most of my adult life in music venues in the state of Maine. For me, they have been school, work, and play. I've learned so much from watching other musicians on main stages, watching sound engineers, watching the production team make a show happen. I have polished my own skills on stages in the state of Maine. And it's where I make and spend my money. Most of my adult relationships have been made in music venues, whether it's other musicians, music fans, other employees of the venues. It's, as I said, where I make and spend my money. But it's not just about me. It's music venues obviously provide work for bartenders and sound engineers, lighting techs, security people, ticket takers, and they are great for the community. They bring people in from all the surrounding areas to spend money at all the local shops, eat dinner at the local restaurants before and after shows. And most of all, they're just great for the soul. It's a great spot to, on the weekends, let the troubles of the week run free. And I don't know about all of you, but when this is over, I am going to be ready to give some hugs and do some dancing and do some singing. And we need to make sure there are still venues around to do that. It's been said a million times before, but music venues were the first to close and they will be the last to open. So we all need to play our part and make sure we are able to support something that's so important for our community. So, with that being said, I'm going to play a song for you called I'll Be Taking Care of You, and I hope you like it.
Well, there's some things you find that occupy your mind, and some days you're losing sleep at night. Like the tallest tree or the deepest sea, you worry something's not quite right. I just really love you, and all the things that you do. Well, don't you worry, 'cause I'll be taking care of you. The sunrise is over the crest, now it's time to get dressed, and you're wondering if you look your best. Now the word is out, there can be no doubt, elegant Brilliance and beauty's what you possess. We'd be perfect for each other if you let me be your lover. Well, don't you worry, 'cause I'll be taking care of you. Yeah, don't you worry, 'cause I'll be taking care of you. If there's a fight with a friend, you worry that friendship might end. No voice on the telephone. You're afraid you might wind up alone. Well, don't you worry, 'cause I'll be taking care of you. Yeah, don't you worry, 'cause I'll be taking care of you. We know it's time to concede. We won't get over the need to find the path that will lead to success. No matter how far or near, there'll be failure and fear, but these are tools that we need to progress. Always watching what you're spending. How much longer till it's ending? Well, don't you worry, 'cause I'll be taking care of you. Yeah, don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry, 'cause I'll be taking care of you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you worry, don't you worry, I'll be taking care of you. Don't you worry, I'll be taking care of you. I'll be taking care of you.
Thank you very much.
Rapper, promoter, and producer Brzowski here, just letting you know that local independent venues are the lifeblood of any artistic community, and that goes for Maine or that goes for any city across America. This is where culture is transferred from the producers to the people that consume it. It's where communities exist and where I've been fortunate enough to work for the past 20 years of my life. I'd hate to imagine a world without it. Please save our stages, support local venues, support local artists, and the community surrounding them. It's a huge economic engine. It's a huge cultural engine, and I'd hate to live in a world where that doesn't exist anymore. I don't even want to imagine it. Thanks so much. Take care.
Hey, how's it going? Karina Rykman here, and I just wanted to say I fully support the Maine Music Alliance, and without small independent venues, we won't have a place to come back to when this is all over, and I can't picture a world without all these small places that allowed me and my band and, you know, the bands I played in to cut their teeth and grow. You don't get arena acts without small venues to play in first. So if there's any way we can support our small venues, that's going to be the ticket to getting out of this nightmare when it all ends. So here's to you, here's to us. Thank you.
Hello, hey, we're the Oshima Brothers. Sean, Jamie. And we grew up in Maine theaters and music venues. Just it was like the special thing to do. Having our minds blown by good music, musicians, and being inspired. We love, in Portland, we love the OLS. One Longfellow Square, that was the last show we played in March. And it's also a great place to see music. It's just like warm and homey there, and great heating system. It feels very welcoming, yeah, with the heat and the music that they produce. I really miss going to concerts and playing them as well. We're gonna play a song, our latest single. It's an acoustic version. It's called Colorblind.
Early rising, sleep
sleeping on the floor. We woke up to a strike of lightning and stumbled out into the storm, searching for a new horizon. We were talking till the dawn, and I've been living in the past, it's frightening, looking back on being young. I've been seeing nothing but in black and white. There ain't no color around. Then you grab my hand and pull me fast forward in time. You made my sky expand when I was seeing color black. Clouds colliding, mountains all around. But we both know that it's hard to dive in without knowing where we'll land. Clear sky climbing near the care we're on, and talking with you felt like harmonizing, showing me where I belong. I've been seeing nothing but in black and white. There ain't no color around. Then you grab my hand and pull me fast forward in time. You made my sky expand when I was seeing color back. Anywhere I wander, I want you by my side, like walking with a brother. These hills are very high. Anywhere I wander, I want you by my side, like walking with a brother. These hills are very high. Then you grab my hand and pull me fast forward in time. You made my sky expand when I was seeing color blind. And then you grab my hand and pull me fast forward in time. You made my sky expand when I was seeing color blind.
Hey everyone, it's Weekend Friends, and we're here to talk to you about the Maine Music Alliance. The Maine Music Alliance, for those of you who don't know, is a coalition of awesome local venues coming together to raise funds to help save our stages here in Maine.
The COVID-19 pandemic has decimated the music industry everywhere in the world, except for New Zealand.
Yeah, they're doing okay. We all really miss playing live shows, and to be honest, what really drew me to Portland was the live music scene and the arts culture around that. I came here from Toronto in 2014, and when I did, I felt instantly welcomed into a really robust music scene, not only playing in bands, but like working at the State Theatre and Port City Music Hall, and just like going to so many shows at so many cool independent venues. It was really unique. You had this small city with a big city vibe and a big heart. But until coming together at live events is safe, we're gonna have to help our music venues in a different way.
Independent venues like TIKI Studios, Space Gallery, One Longfellow Square, the late great Port City Music Hall and State Theatre are near and dear to our hearts. They're rooms we love to play, rooms we love to hang out with our friends and see our favorite bands.
As a Maine band, these are all venues that we've cut our teeth in. And as music listeners, these are all places we've made such great memories. So visit MaineMusicAlliance.org and donate so that once this whole thing is over, we can come together and play shows in these awesome rooms that we miss and we love. We miss you. We love you. We'll see you out there. Be safe. Wear a mask.
I got my start in small clubs, and they're still a part of what I do. When it was
a thing you could do. And the thought that they may never come back absolutely breaks my heart. So many memories are going to be lost. So many experiences will be lost, not just to us who've had the chance, but to future generations who may never get to.
Won't miss a second of you, and I can't eat can't breathe without you. I hope you're worth it, 'cause baby, you're taking all of me. I hope you're worth it. 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 Thank you guys. We're JanaeSound. I've got Devin with me on guitar, and we are raising music. Please give what you can so we can save our stages. We love you.
We're going to have a period of time where we're not going to hear from those bands, and that time will eventually, you know, tick to a close and somebody will open up someplace. But I don't think it's going to be like in 6 months or a year. I think these places, if they don't get the help that they need, will go away, and we'll have a cultural black hole for a while before we can get places like that back. There's no way, with the way Portland has developed and the way Maine has developed, to not have a venue of that size, that right size. I think there's too many people here that care too much that would make sure that something would come back, but it ain't going to come back right away. So it's going to be up to everybody in this town to make sure that we are the right place for one of those small venues to take hold. I mean, thinking back to the days that anytime I would go to Bangor, I never thought about going to a show up there. And to have like a small venue, Bangor Art Exchange up there, I mean, that just comes with time, and it comes with the culture that Maine breeds right now. But it's something that we're gonna have to deal with at least for a year or two. I'm starting to get closer to thinking that maybe there's an end, even if it is a year out. If I can just get a time, you know. I know the tickets have been on sale for a while, but I don't know exactly when the show is gonna be yet. It's trying to lock myself into that anticipation. And I will say that I don't think anything is going to feel the way it did whenever that next show is, but the amount of times I've heard from people that, well, you know, if you had just been working in radio in 1970, I mean, that's when you really should have been working in radio. Or you know what, if you were alive in 1978, that was the year to go see this band or that band. But you know what, you're not. You're here now, and this is what you've got. And we're gonna, you know, tell people in 40 years, man, if you thought this was good now, you should have seen what it was like in 2022.
Sun Tiki has been open for just over 2 years. The idea for Sun Tiki Studios was to give bands a place to play for practice, but also for performance. And we added some beer and wine to make that a little bit more enticing. We're the only place in town to do hourly rental for rehearsal. So, you know, I've had probably 300 or 400 bands rent space here over the last 2 years, and everyone seems to like it. So we would lose that, and we'd lose one of the very few small venues that presents all genres of music, and we'd lose my favorite thing.
Hi there, I'm GV.
I'm Spencer, and GV told me to wear a mask because I'm old and weak.
Hi everyone, I'm GV.
And I'm Spencer. We're Bell Systems.
This pandemic has really shown us how the arts offer a way for us to come together to share catharsis, joy, empathy, all the emotions. And it's really put in perspective how crucial venues are to both a local and touring music community.
It's rooms like here, Sun Tiki, where bands like us, Bell Systems, got a chance to
develop our sound, write songs, practice together, and become a band. And without places like this, we wouldn't be able to do that. In fact, right before the pandemic hit, like right before it hit, we played our CD release party for our EP, 3 Songs to Dance To here. And it was so much fun, and we can't wait to be back and play for you, with you, make music, hang out, have
Be
fun.
in the same room
Be in
together.
the same room with people and not be afraid. But we're really missing this. 6 feet.
Here's to you, Son Tiki.
Hey guys, we're Ghost Ball Revere.
What's your name though?
Hey guys, we're Ghost Ball Revere. I'm Max.
I'm Griffin. And I'm Sean.
We got our start right across the street, basically at the Dogfish Cafe, doing a monthly set over there, and then we really had our first show over at Empire Dine and Dance, our first sold-out show, and then that went into our first sold-out show at Port City Music Hall, which was really the first time anyone had heard about us in Portland. So
A lot of these venues are going to close unless they get help.
yeah, we've seen some of our favorites across the country close. I mean, we got the news that Hody's shut down in Fort Collins, and that was a big stop for us. I mean, small venues in particular, especially venues that are 200 cap and lower, are the lifeblood for most of the touring musicians in the country. You know, when you get to be able to fill a 500 or 1,000 seat room in a different city, like across the country from where you're from, you're at a point where you don't necessarily need as much help to get going. So those small clubs introduce people to bands, and they are a part of a really thriving community that is right now in desperate need of some help.
I'll bring you flowers when you're dead and gone, asleep in the pines in the valley of the mountain. Next to you I'll lay my bows when I've reached my prime, beside the brandy wine where I finally find my rest. Oh, lover, I see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I see you there, after many months.
I swear I've known you from another time, and I caught you down the line, but I couldn't stop you moving. And when I found you by the riverside, its waters wild and wide, you left me again.
Oh, lover, I see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I see you there, after many months. An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound, and I pressed and I waited my ear upon the ground, but the shovel, it digs deep, and the calluses, they grow over like a mirror to a mirror. The canes call your name. Oh, lover, I see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I see you there, after many months. Oh, lover, I see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I see you there, after many months.
I began my musical career playing on smaller stages. Like most musicians, there's something about playing to those smaller crowds that really help you realize who it is that you want to become as a musician. Artists have always been the historians and the ambassadors of the mood and the experience and the cultural vibe of a people throughout time. And this is no different. When this is all over, when the pandemic is over, there will be so much to said, much like there is so much to be said right now. And what's sadder to me, that once this is all over, some of my favorite stages here in Maine, I will not be able to walk on again. The more tragic fact is that those stages may not be there for the younger musicians who have yet to realize the power of their artistry. We need to save our stages for them. We need to save our stages for the musician who is dying to play their music for you. We need to save our stages for the avid music goer who can't wait to hear music live and in their face again. We need to save our stages for the musicians who have yet to become great. We don't have time to skip out on one class of musicians. We need it for them and the class after that and the class after that. Wear a mask and donate to help save our stages.
You guys, are we here together right now? Are you so happy to be like with more than just ourselves right now? It feels so good to see you guys. I know it's cold. Thank you for being here, and it's cold. I forgot how to be in front of people. Honeysuckle land, a great big expression of happiness, happiness. Boy, you couldn't resist. With a dozen roses, such would astound you, astound you. The joy of children laughing around you. These are the makings of you. These are the makings. These are the makings of you. These are the makings. The righteous way to go. Little one would know or believe if I told them so. You're second to none. The joy of all mankind should reflect some sign of these words I've tried to recite. These are the makings of you. These are the makings of you. These are the makings of you. Little one would know. Little one would know. Little one would know. Little one would know. Or believe if I told them so. No. They're close but not quite. They're close but not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Honeysuckle land. Oh. The joy of children laughing. The joy of children laughing. Honeysuckle land. Oh, oh. These are the makings of you. second to none, second to none, second to none. These are the makings of you, you. These are the
hope everybody, just takes good care, because when you take good care of yourself, you take good care of your community, Like the link between self-care and community care is like, it's right there. So we bless everybody and hope you take good care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Oh, hi. You've caught me playing my musical calculator here on stage at the Empty State Theater. I'm just figuring out how much revenue my company's lost since March while our venue remains closed and the bills keep coming in. I can do it later. So, as our bank accounts keep being depleted and our employee list grows shorter and shorter, there's one thing that I've grown tremendously in 2020, and that's my vocabulary. 2020 sure has sucked a big old bag of balls, while a bunch of incompetent bastards sit around and play trumpets with each other, while the American people and small businesses drown in a laden pool of shit. 2020, giant nerf herder. Sorry, Mom. But seriously, this shit is I'm not making light of the fact that small businesses are closing across the country, and I'm definitely not making light of the fact that over 240,000 Americans have died since March. I'm laughing because the alternative would most likely end up with me in jail. This industry is on the verge and is tipping over into a massive collapse. And it's an industry in which all of our music venues had an integral role in revitalizing and rebuilding all of our local economies, from Portland to Bangor to Belfast to Rockland to Brownfield. Before the pandemic hit, our businesses were successful year after year after year. But our business models are also built upon social gatherings, and we can't safely socially gather anytime soon. We've been closed since March. It's November now. We have no reopening date in sight. Our bills and our rent keep piling up. We've all suffered extreme employee layoffs, and now we're facing permanent closures, and it's due to something that's basically completely out of our control. We've never had to ask for assistance before, but we're certainly not getting it from the federal government and from a failed administration who lied about and then ignored and then politicized the pandemic. And you know what? It's hard. It's hard to ask for help. It's not fun to feel vulnerable, but we're doing it together because we know that our music venues form an ecosystem that brings creativity and joy and art back into the world. So really, this is all we're asking you. Please take the time to reflect upon why music, but especially why live music, is important to you. How much do you need live music in your life? How important is it to you that you don't have to drive to Boston to see a show? How many times have you gone out with friends and grabbed dinner or drinks and walked down to Blue or One Longfellow or Port City to catch a show? Have you ever started off having a really bad day, but then ended up at a concert at night shouting out the lyrics with 100 or 1,000 other people, laughing and crying and just completely happy? Have you ever stood over there on the floor in the audience and waited in anticipation for your favorite band to come out to play the first notes of that first song? I'm standing in the same spot where Brandi Carlile stood. Queens of the Stone Age, Norah Jones, MIA, Lake Street Dive, Run the Jewels, the Avett Brothers, Maggie Rogers, Elvis Costello. And I want to bring them back for you, for them, for all of us. So go to your favorite venue's website, buy their merch, hold on to the tickets to that concert that was rescheduled or postponed. And please, if you can, donate. Help us save our stages at MaineMusicAlliance.org.
start a fight. I got better ways to waste my night.